I'm Becky Nursey and I'm a disease management nurse. My husband actually saw an ad in our local paper and he said, oh, this seems like something you'd actually like to do. And I'd been at home with the kids for a little bit and I thought, oh well, nothing to lose, I'll go and have a look. I sort of didn't intend on doing much because I was pretty happy where I was. But then when I actually got to work, I thought, wow, this is fantastic. Just thoroughly enjoyed everything I was doing, and it was really easy for my kids, for me to do this role. So I ended up, well, no, now I'm nearly here for 5 years. I have members at home that I have a relationship with, and my aim is to help them recognise and respond to their symptoms early, which will reduce complications and hopefully keep them out of hospital, but also improve their quality of life and help empower these people. My other portion is that I educate our nursing staff, and I support our nursing staff to give best practice and teach them how to engage with the members on the phone. Honestly, I can't imagine being anywhere else at this stage. You have such a wonderful rapport with your patients, your members, that when you call them on the phone you can hear this, oh, it's you sort of response, which is just brilliant. I had a member telling me that he was so tired all the time, and it had been going on for 6 months. He'd been in and out of hospital, been to the GP, and he was just so tired. So I just asked him what was going on in his life, what were his symptoms, what has he done about it. But he hadn't actually told anybody that he was feeling so tired. And I just happened to say, have your medications changed? And he said, oh yeah, about 6 months ago, one of his major, what we call beta blockers, had changed, and it actually slows down your heart rate. And I said, oh, so what's your pulse? And he said, oh, it's 38. Now that's pretty low. So I said, oh, okay, that's interesting. I think you need to go talk to your doctor and just tell him that, you know, my pulse is 38 and just, you know, see what he says. The GP then contacted the cardiologist, and that night the cardiologist rang him and said, oh, I think we better stop your beta blocker. So they got rid of the beta blocker, his pulse went back up to a normal 72, and then he could start enjoying his life again. You know, he got back into his golf and did all that sort of stuff. Well, I've always found it a pleasure to come to work. I think because our hours are so flexible and I can choose to work as many hours as I like, as long as it's within agreement with my team leader, that I don't sort of get burnt out. So every time I come to work I'm actually refreshed and I can give the best I want to give to my patients. This work gives me everything that I want. I don't have the hassle of having to, you know, drive into a hospital and, you know, being covered in, you know, unsightly things. I get to have a nice clean environment, talking to my members who all seem to be in a lovely clean environment themselves. Sadly, you can be a bit despondent in the hospital situation because you feel as though you may not be making a difference. We definitely make a big difference with our members. So there's a lot of job satisfaction.